everyone, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Susan Timchak and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'd like to welcome you here. If you're a new subscriber, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it. You'll receive notifications when I upload a new video. So I've been itching to work with this new designer series paper, which we have. And we're doing a Find It Friday, but this isn't what you're going to be looking for. I'll let you know when. This is called the Year of Cheer Specialty Designer Series Paper. Sorry about the crinkling. But this paper is absolutely stunning. Can you see that reflection? There is copper and there is silver. And these are one-sided papers, and they're 12 by 12. Look at how beautiful they are. And you get 3 of each design, and these are gold checks. Here is the gold and silver snowflakes, which we're going to be using today. And look at this. How beautiful is that for like New Year's Eve? I love them. And like I said, the back of them is just plain white. So that's why it's called a designer series paper. And here is the card, which I will be creating for you tonight. We're using some fun new embellishments as well. One of them being these beautiful foil snowflakes. And you're going to want to look for them in the holiday catalog. If you haven't seen them already, they come in a pack of 24. You get gold and you get silver. The best part of these is that the back of them is like an ivory color. You can smush these or sponge them or brayer them or whatever you want. Any of the Stampin' Up! Colors on the back side if you like, and make them any color you want. You can cut them apart and you can do so many things with them. So that's what we're going to do for this card. So I cut a piece of that snowflake paper, and the piece I cut is 4 3/4, and it's by 4 inches. So then I have a little piece that I got cut off because I cut them at 4. And then, you know, you get 2 pieces if you cut it down because it's 12 by 12. And then you get a little piece left over. And then that little piece I trimmed off, I saved that too. So nothing is going to go to waste with this card because you can put this in the inside. You can do so many things with it. Okay, so I have a standard piece of our Whisper White cardstock. And this piece is 8 1/2, and it's by 5 1/2. And I'm just going to, you would score it if you'd like at 4 1/4. But if you don't have a scoring machine or you don't have any of those fancy tools, you could just fold it in half and use your bone folder. And that makes a nice crisp crease like that. We also have this, in this whole line, this stunning washi tape. So I'm going to use a different washi tape than I did on the original card, and I'll leave this here so you can see that, the original card that I created. So I'm going to use this thicker one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball this in the center of my card. Okay, so then I kind of know where to put it using some of our double stick snail adhesive. And you can use this grid. We have grid paper that is really great to help you align things. But I just have my mat in front of me. We used to sell these, and I think I'm going to put that in the suggestion box to come back with them because these are really nice mats to work on. So I'm going to take my washi tape. I'm just going to go along each edge and press that. I'm just going to cover up that edge there. Press that down. Then you could go ahead and tear it if you want, but I'm just going to use my paper snips, and I'm just going to snip the excess away. So this one's going to be a little bit different than the original one, but basically the same concept. And just rub that down there. Isn't that pretty so far? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take one of the silver snowflakes, and I'm going to find this washi tape stuck to me. And I'm just going to cut it down the center. Just like that. And I have the silver one here. So being we're going to lay this one out a little bit differently, I think I'm going to put them on the top and the bottom for this one. Maybe right all the way, no, I think there. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my silicone mat because I'm going to use my snail adhesive on the back, so this way it won't stick to my work surface. I'm going to go ahead and layer this on the top, and I'm going to take the other piece. And you want to stick around to the end of this card because I have some samples that I want to share with you of other ideas using components in this whole product line. So how beautiful is that already? I mean, the shimmer, oh, it's just, yeah, nothing like some shimmer during the holiday season. Okay, so what I did ahead of time, and I'm going to show you how to do the embossing thing, is I took a stamp. The stamp is Celebrate the Season. Now this is what you're going to be trying to find. What stamp set did that come out of, the Celebrate the Season? So let's do a little embossing. We'll go ahead and do the golds. I have silver and I have gold embossing powder here. First thing when you're embossing, you want to use your embossing buddy. So you're going to rub that on your cardstock. And that helps to, oh boy, I'm having trouble finding my words tonight. To take away any of the oils or things and to make the powder not stick where you don't want it to be. Does that make sense? I'm using Versamark and Celebrate the Season stamp. And what I say, I'm going to go ahead and use the gold. And here is the gold embossing powder. So you're just going to sprinkle it on a lot because this is going to get back into the jar, and these jars last like forever. Okay, so then you want to make sure, oh, I missed a little spot there on the T. You want to make sure there's no powder sticking anywhere where you don't want it to be, because when you hit this with your heat tool, your powder is going to emboss there. So mine looks pretty good. You could take a little brush or something. Now what I did is I took a one of the cardboard pieces that came excuse me, in the paper pumpkin, and I just covered it with a piece of foil. I'm going to heat up the embossing gun, and sorry, this is going to be a little loud. The reason I did this is that the foil is working as a heat source, so it's going to heat from the bottom, and I'm going to heat from the top, and you'll see how quick and you know, simple this is to emboss. Can you see that already? It's changing. I'll try to hold the gun here. So that powder is melting into the ink that we stamped. And the Versamark is an ink that stays wet a little bit longer than our other inks. So then that gives it time for the powder to adhere to it. So there we go. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? So then what I did, and I know I have it here somewhere. This desk is like, I have one of my ovals somewhere. Oh, here it is. One of my ovals from the Stitch Shape Framelits. And I'll tell you, if you have a big shot and you don't have these yet, woo, you need to get these. These are stunning. They come with ovals and circles and squares. And this one fits perfectly in the Celebrate the Season. So I went ahead and I ran that through the Big Shot. So I won't do that because I already have one done. Move this aside. And here's one already done. And see what that does? It gives that stitching all along where it looks like someone took a lot of time to stitch that. That's going to go right in the center. But first what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some of our mini sequin trim. And again, all of these products can be found on my demonstrator website at stampinsuecreates.stampinup.net. If there's anything you wish to order, and I do have a host code there posted on the website. So if you're interested in ordering anything, please be sure to go ahead and use that host code. And I would really appreciate that. So I'm just going to fold these, and I'm going to get some dimensionals here. I'm going to put them on the back of this piece. Now after you emboss this piece, you just want to let it set for just like a minute, just to let that harden up, and then you are good to go. Okay, we're doing good on time. And I apologize for that. In the past, I've had people say that I didn't show the card, I ran out of time, but YouTube kind of takes over. I know it's a free country and there's freedom of speech, but YouTube just likes to do what it likes to do. And it gives you only a certain amount of time to be on here. And if you go beyond that, they cut your video. So either cut it off in the beginning or they cut it off in the end. Now, I'm not liking that. So, YouTube, if you're out there listening. Stampin' Sue Creates is not happy. So now we have these extra pieces, and we can use, you know, a piece there. But let's go ahead. Let's pull in this washi that we used before. And let's just make the inside fancy, fancy. We'll pull that in, trim that off. But I love these washi tapes. There's gold, silver, copper, and iridescent. Oh, love it. I love this whole line of all these fancy, fancy papers and such. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll just run a little bit of our snail adhesive on here. We can put that right next, so let's do it this way. Right next to that to kind of dress up our inside. And you can stamp inside whatever it is you choose to stamp. And there we go. There is our card. So here was the original one, and here is the one that I created with you. And I think they came out really stunning. Come up a little closer for you to see all the glistening and shimmer and shine. So let me go ahead and let me show you a few more. Oh, here's a fun thing. I saw this posted from one of my demonstrator friends, Janet Wakeland. Hi, Janet, if you're watching. Thank you for this great idea. She took the snowflakes and she folded them, as I did, and made a little Christmas ornament and just glued them back to back when you fold them in half. So you would fold them like this, match them up, and then put your adhesive here, and then fold your next one and put your adhesive and just build your snowflake however you want. And look at that stunning little ornament. And it's very light, doesn't take up a whole lot of room. So that's a great idea. Here's a fun card I received from one of my demonstrator friends. She put the snowflake on the center, used an embossing folder on the background. This is cute. Here's one. Look at how stunning this paper is. And sorry, this is very glary, but this is embossed with the word joy, and it has all that glitter on it. And this is absolutely stunning. Here's another one using the lamppost cutout. And here's those snowflakes. One snowflake cut into 4. A little bit of embossing there, and the red glimmer paper. How stunning is that? Now here's another one where the back of the snowflake was used. So how cute is that? Our little wooden embellishments, the little nutcracker, some other little bling here. How cute is that? And here's another one. Look how stunning this looks when you stamp on here and emboss it with the white, and then use that same oval that I did to cut out right on this is the champagne paper. That is stunning too. And the final one for today, here's another. This is the champagne using the big embossing snowflake. Some of the black trim, our black rhinestones, and how stunning is that? So, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the card today. Now don't forget what your little hide and seek and find is going to be the stamp that I used on the sentiment, Celebrate the Season. So be sure to leave down below in the comments when you find it. And thanks for playing along, and I hope to see you back here again real soon. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye-bye.